You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Single Ladies After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Single Ladies After Show.
Woo! I'm a single lady. I love it. What's up, guys? We're just having our single ladies party in here as usual. Welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV Single Ladies Edition. Bing is for doing, and us three ladies are always doing, right here on Mondays after Single Ladies on VH1, talking all about the show, and it is definitely a lot to talk about tonight. I'm Lauren Turner. You can follow me on Twitter, Lauren's Love, and I'm here with my real single ladies.
Hey, single lady in the house, Spicy Madi, always keeping it sizzling. And you can follow me on Twitter at spicy_Madi for all of your spicy tips. Play with my Twitter. And next to me, I have the amazing
Fallon Mercedes.
Hi,
You can follow me
Fallon.
on Twitter at Miss MIS Mercedes.
Yes, so ladies, what do you guys want to talk about?
Can I just say it was such a good episode.
It was
and
definitely better than
Tell
the
me,
last one.
Madi.
huge improvement.
Tell me, am I the only one who is falling in love with Raquel? She is so
I loved her
beautiful
from the
and sweet.
beginning.
She really grew on me this episode.
Yeah.
So you liked Raquel?
I told you that I felt like her character was going to continue to build every episode, and I see that it's happening. So.
Okay, so I'm going to always be the bald-headed stepchild. I think that Raquel is beautiful to look at. I can totally see her on the cover of a magazine, walking the runway. She is gorgeous. But as far as her character is concerned, I don't feel like the writers have quite yet pinned it down yet. I feel like her character is kind of cliche with the whole mommy and daddy and I'm so rich and, oh, I've always done what my parents want and now I'm discovering myself issue. We've seen that a million times. I was just hoping that Single Ladies would be a little bit more creative with it when incorporating this new character. And I'm sorry, I'm going to be tough on her. You're replacing Stacey Dash. So I'm coming with it. I'm going to be tough.
Yeah, but I mean, I like that she has a backstory. I mean, the rest of the characters, you kind of don't know much about their family life and things like that. Raquel has a backstory. Maybe she's a little bit younger than the other ladies, too. So she's just finding herself. You know, she's been sheltered. And, you know, the thing is about the show, just like the three of us are completely different, but we love each other so much and we have stories that are relatable to other people.
Very true.
Each
Very
character can, you know, is relative to someone.
Yeah.
And I think so. I mean, no.
There's somebody out there who is going to
Exactly.
be like, you know what? I just went through a divorce or was going to get engaged and he was cheating on me and I'm ready to break out of my shell. So
I see you guys.
we all know
I
that
see
Spicy
you.
Madi's just a little too spicy for
She's a
Raquel.
little
She
spicy.
is. Her character, I guess, was very conservative previously, and now she's breaking free. She's
Yes.
having passionate sex after breaking up with an engagement in a barn.
Love it.
Yes.
I'm loving the see, we also host Basketball Wives here at AFTERBUZZ TV. So this is so nice to be hosting a show where people are getting it on.
Oh yeah.
And not
No
getting it
drama.
in,
Definitely
punching
Exactly.
people.
agree with that,
Less
Fallon.
drama and more like
Sexy
romantic,
men.
sexy. Oh, so much eye candy. I was like, please cool me down.
Can I just say, I mean, William Levy, you can be, I don't care. I hope he stays every episode.
You know what we need to do?
Gorgeous.
We need to have cards with numbers on it, and all the guys.
Yeah,
Every single
and
guy, rate
judge
them.
each
Yes,
one.
because I was just given tens across the board
Now,
today.
if guys did that to us, it would be degrading.
It would.
we
But
can
not
do
when
it.
we do
No,
it.
we can
Because,
do
you know,
it. It's fine.
hey, it's a what is it called? Double
standard.
Double standard. Yeah.
So what did you guys think about? Okay, well, first we find out that Raquel and her mom are really not doing too well. Like you were saying, her mom is just set in her ways of wanting her daughter to be a certain way. I mean, she said to Raquel, "You would be easier to explain if you were in rehab."
Right.
I thought that was horrible. I don't care how
that was
rich
a
you
low
are.
blow.
I don't care how sheltered your life has been. If your mom says something like that to you, that's painful.
Well, her mom has probably worked really, really hard. She sacrificed a lot to raise her and to give her the best future possible. So to see your child completely throw away everything you worked so hard
Because
to
her
give
man
them.
cheated on her. I think her mom should be more empathetic by the fact that this man that she was going to marry cheated on her.
Her husband probably cheats on her too, though.
Probably.
It was
I
probably
think
one of those
probably.
wives that are like,
Yeah.
"You just got to deal with it, honey."
Yeah,
you
I
know?
think that just shows you why Raquel wants to break out so bad. She's sick of living this fake life, per se, living by somebody else's rules and what they think. She wants to be true to herself, and that's standing up for herself and not dealing with a guy who's going to cheat on her.
Exactly. Yeah.
Go Raquel!
Well,
Girl
Go, Raquel.
power,
We
Single
love you.
ladies.
I definitely think that she is, like I said, stunning. She has everything going for her. But I kind of do understand where her mom is coming from. I don't think that her mom is handling it correctly, because when you lash out at your child, they're going to rebel. But at the same time, she is treating her child like she's 15, and she is treating her like she's a child. But I do think that it is a sign of being ungrateful when you throw everything away. But at the same time, you do have to follow your dreams. So
Yes.
it's kind of like it's a tough one.
Yeah. Also, a tough one to probably get rid of is William Levy. Let's just talk about him again.
Okay,
I
let's
just
go
want
back
talk
to
about
him.
Beautiful.
Raquel
If you
and
saw your
Chris.
child having sex in a barn or taking off her clothes.
Well, can we just talk about what
I would
led
be
up
like,
to
get
that?
it, girl. He is good.
What? You guys
No,
are freaked
okay.
out.
She
Okay,
just
so-
broke up in an engagement. You know
Right,
what I'm
and
saying?
this is
I'd be
someone
like,
from
do
her
you?
past. Like, this is her first. This is Raquel's first ever, who's coming back into her life, and he just happens to be the. I'm sorry, I just lost track. I'm just thinking he's gorgeous.
He is. He's
Gorgeous.
phenomenal. We saw him on Dancing with the
And
Stars
his
recently with
acting
Maria
isn't
Menounos.
so bad. His English is really good.
Yes.
He's known, in Mexico for his soap operas and stuff like that, but he's now crossing over because of Dancing with the Stars, and I think he did a really good job.
They did an amazing him and Maria Menounos. Kudos, snaps to them. Dancing with the
Oh
Stars.
yeah, of
Big
course.
ups.
We love Maria. So, but yeah. So the mom catches Raquel and what's his name, Antonio, on
Yeah,
the
on
show.
the show.
Antonio.
And they're getting it in
So
on the
romantico.
barn.
I love at the end when he laid out the barn with like
Yeah, that
lights,
was
and he was
so
like, "Let's
sweet.
give it a second chance." And they have Janet Jackson playing in the background.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god! I think if
I wish
somebody
I was
did
there.
that for me though, I think I would puke. Like,
wait, is this
I
the
did
girl
not like-
who's talking about harps? She gets harps coming to the studio.
Is that what
singing
you
and playing
got?
for her.
I-
You weren't here, yes.
No.
Yes.
She gets romantico guys all the time.
Say that
Okay.
again, Fallon.
Romantico. There was a harp player waiting for me in
She
the
tries
studio.
to act so hard, but let me tell you, if you go on her Facebook page, you'll see she has men taking her to Paris, whisking her away.
Oh my gosh!
With-
I'm just being
Post-
down. This
blowing
is
up
what
her
happens
smart
when
up
I'm single,
posters
ladies.
of her, like pictures of her on covers of magazines leading up to
Oh
a
my
hotel
God.
suite. Don't try and play Miss Spicy. Yes, you
All
are
I'm saying
spicy,
is
but
the
you like a
bar-
little bit of romance too.
No, I
Every
do.
girl
I do love her.
does.
I think that every girl does as well. I just don't know if I would want my first time with the guy who I'm rekindling
Speaking
with in
of
the barn.
first times, can we please talk about
And you know he didn't bring condoms to the
April.
barn. That's all I'm saying.
can we please talk about April now?
Not yet. I don't want to talk
Wait,
about
we can't
April
go to
yet.
April
First
We
yet.
can't go to
time.
April
Gotta
yet.
stay
We
on
can't go to
Raquel.
April yet
Gotta
because
stay on
that's a
Raquel.
whole.
That was the first time
Yeah.
and a half.
That was
a-
amazing,
yes.
and we're gonna get to that soon. But
I just want to go back to the sex
the barn. But you have to think about their sentimental value behind that because they met at the stables. Like that's where they know each other
Right.
from. It wasn't like he just was randomly like, I'm gonna rent a barn. You know what I mean? Like it meant something to them. That's probably where that is where they had
But
it
it
the
smells
first
like
time.
horses when you guys are like getting your bump and grind on. You're gonna find like hay in your ass and crap.
That's spicy.
Oh my!
This
That
is
is
what I'm
not-
thinking. I'm like,
okay.
this is so spicy.
Only
Where-
spicy
where-
Marty can spicy certify something. Lauren, you
But
can put
I
love on
honor-
it. You can put motivation on it.
It's
But I
honorary
do not give it this spicy stamp
Okay,
of
so that's
approval.
not spicy.
Playing Janet Jackson in the background, I would be so mad if I walked in.
But
and
It
you
was
were
their
playing that.
song.
It was their
It was their song.
I can't, but it's like old. Okay, I understand oldie but goodie and all that kind of stuff. I'm hating on the situation.
I'm
I
sorry.
realize
he
that.
is so beautiful. It don't matter what he puts on
Exactly.
or where
What would be
he
more
wants to-
spicy is if he would have taken her riding, and then while they were riding on the horse together, he would have torn her clothes off.
Speaking of, oh gosh, yes. Speaking of writing, I'm reading this book, guys.
With a lot of writing
This
and
is a little off
spiciness.
topic, but there's a scene in the book that I'm reading that has a lot to do with the barn, and it's a really sexy.
Ooh.
The name of the book is 50 Shades of Grey. I don't know if you guys
keep
out there
recommending that.
have heard of 50 Shades of Grey, but this book is out of control. It is.
It's actually sold out in stores. I
it's
think there's
sold
only
out.
like a few places that you can get
I
it.
went to
right?
Barnes & Noble to get the second because there's 3 books. I went to Barnes & Noble to get the second one. Couldn't find it anywhere. But guess what? Went to AfterBuzzTV.com, clicked on the Amazon link, and found it on Amazon. So,
Awesome.
For a great
so
price.
you guys, if you're looking for 50 Shades of Grey, which I highly recommend if you're into, if you just want to I'm using spice, but if you want to spice up your life, or if you want to just find the inner love that maybe you've been missing, or get some motivation in the bedroom, definitely read 50 Shades of Grey, and make sure that you only purchase it by clicking on AfterBuzzTV.com and then clicking on our Amazon link.
And
We
we're going to
definitely
start a
need that.
book club over here. So
Yeah.
all of us have to read it
That
at the
is
same time. We all have to
definitely
get it
on
off
the
of
list.
Amazon.
Because that's
for
one thing
AfterBuzz.
single ladies need. We need to read.
Yes.
That's we have a lot of time on our hands. So reading is good, and
Very
why not
true.
read a nice erotic novel? So
Speaking of erotic, back to the bar. No.
back to the barn.
Okay, so it was a lot of first times on this episode. So we see Raquel have her first time back
Yeah.
with her rekindled flame.
Yeah.
And she's also interested in opening up a business
Yes.
in conjunction with Keisha.
Uh-huh,
She's kind of
and
helping
the-
her.
So Val, this is Val's boutique,
Right.
and so
She's no
Raquel
longer
is now
coming
gonna
back,
buy
yeah.
the boutique, which I felt was pretty predictable. I knew that was gonna
Yeah.
happen.
You
I
have
mean,
a problem with the storyline? Oh my gosh.
shut up.
Lauren, you love everything.
I do love everything, and I still love the fact that it was predictable. Sometimes I like to be like, oh, I knew that was gonna happen.
Oh, you're like, oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, I'm smart.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so Raquel ends up wanting to purchase Val's boutique.
Right, but we
So-
see like a little bit of trouble with that because
she's
Eve's not really,
inexperienced.
going, for
You know,
it.
and can I say something with Eve guest starring in the show? And I know she had her own show at one point, but I almost forgot with her acting. Did it just seem a little off, or was that just me? Do you guys think she did a good job?
Well,
or?
she was playing herself, so
Yeah, to me, it just when she was in what was it, the barbershop and
Oh,
her
yeah,
own
yeah.
show, I felt like
I-
it was more believable. I
well,
almost
she
forgot
wasn't
that
cla-
she was an
like
actress
she's
before.
probably really good at being a little more. Never mind.
Urban. Go ahead and say it. She's a hip hop artist. She's a
Hood.
rapper, and so
Hood.
that
Like more
comes naturally.
hip-hop.
That projects. I think that's her style. That's her
Yeah.
swagger. So she
Yeah.
does the more edgy, more naturally. But I think that I liked her on this episode because she was playing it nice and soft.
Yeah.
And she wasn't overacting. I feel like if they would have made her kind of street and hood, that it would have been doing too much because we wouldn't have believed
See,
that she would have
felt
bought
like
that
she was
boutique.
acting in it. It just
You felt like it wasn't natural.
Yeah, that
I don't
was
feel like
just
she had
for
enough
me.
lines for me
And
to
it was
really
just
tell.
like, where did she come from? What I don't
Well,
know. It was
I
just
think
kind of
she
thrown
may
in
have
there.
been in
She's an
last
investor,
season.
right?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
was
like an
she?
investor or something. But
Okay.
I mean, it was nice to see her. I like that they have
looked
all
beautiful.
the. Yeah,
She did.
She looked
I
really
can say
good.
her hair was on point.
I
liked
loved her
it. I
hair.
liked it.
And I
Yeah.
appreciate any cameos that anyone makes for
There's
single
so many
ladies.
coming up.
But see, I feel like
and-
when you have so many cameos, I feel like it takes away from the show. It makes you feel like the show can't exist without.
them.
I would like to see, we had a cameo the first episode. I would have liked to see no cameos on this one.
I have a feeling there's
Although-
going to be cameos in like every
yeah, there's
I
gonna
would
be
like
cameos
to see
every
less
episode.
cameos.
Yeah.
That's just
Well, I actually do like it because I feel like the cameos that they're giving are characters that are constantly revolving.
Yeah.
And so the 3 main ones that are there, the only one that we have any kind of experience or has any credibility is Lisa Ray because we've seen her multiple times before.
And
But
Rick
the other
Fox.
2 don't have very much. But Rick Fox isn't even on the show that much. So if Lisa Ray is going to carry the show, she has to bring in
Her celebrity
additional
friends and-
celebrity friends in order to get our attention or get us excited to watch the next episode. Because if it was just the 3 of them, I don't know if they could carry the show.
Well, they're really great. The casting is awesome. Like for them to cast these hot men, I think that brings people in. I was reading Twitter, and like every tweet is pretty much about the men.
This is
that are in it.
definitely a show show for the ladies.
yeah.
So you ladies at home or guys who are listening on our
Or Omars,
iTunes,
little Omars out
yes,
there.
or AfterBuzz TV, definitely please give us your comments. You know, let us know, what do you think of all these beautiful men? What do you think about the episodes? Yeah, do you believe Raquel and her character?
Do you believe her mother as
Yes.
her mother?
Oh, yeah, you were talking
Absolutely
about
not.
that.
Yes.
They tried to pull like a Fresh Prince kind of move
Yes.
with us with the mom. Remember
Like,
that?
wait, hold up,
They're just
hold
gonna.
up,
They
hold
just
up,
really
hold
think
up.
they're about to like get over on us that that's Raquel's mother.
Yeah, it
Come
didn't look
on
good.
now.
I want to see her father. Her father needs to.
See,
What
come
did
I
we
was
say
like, it must
earlier?
be Brad
We would have
Pitt.
been
Exactly.
if it was
Gorgeous.
Vanessa Williams,
Yes.
but not whoever that lady was.
Yeah.
I was no.
So
I
we
don't
would love
believe
to
it.
hear from you guys. Definitely chime in. We'll
Yeah.
definitely
Rate
reply
us
back.
on iTunes.
Yes.
Let us know if
So-
there's anything you want us to discuss.
Yes, and we love reading the comments on iTunes too, on the message boards and all that good stuff. I want to talk a little bit more about Keisha. She had some interesting dynamics going on. She had Sean,
Sean, yeah.
which is her ex-boyfriend
Yeah,
slash
lawyer.
lawyer. And then, of course, there's Malcolm, who reminds us of Lamorne
Lamorne
Morris.
Lamorne.
Lamorne Morris from New Girl on Fox. We love you. You
Someone's
need to
ex.
come on over to Single Ladies. You're
Yes.
a single man. I don't know.
know.
You're a single man. You need to come on the show. We'll do a Bachelor of the Week or something. But Malcolm does kind of remind me of
He
Lamorne.
does, definitely.
But so Malcolm is Keisha's man, you know, in the show, and he's just putting her through so much.
He is. I feel like they've been saying they've only been dating a couple months and she already was willing to go to jail for him. And I feel like in the beginning of a relationship, when there's too much drama and too much going on, I think those are big red flags. And, you know, Sean, her lawyer, also told her, like, listen, like, this guy is already getting you into legal trouble. I don't think he's good for you.
Right.
But as most women, especially single ladies looking for love, you know, we kind of overlook those red flags and go off of heart. But to me, this is a big red flag. I don't think this is a good sign.
It's been dysfunctional, I think, from the beginning with him.
And she's romanticizing the drama.
Yeah,
And especially,
exactly.
you know, when
Exactly.
she's having a romantic moment with him and his ex-wife is calling him saying, give me money.
Right.
10,000? Okay,
And
I'll
he,
put it on
and
your
he
account
doesn't
right
even,
now.
I mean, he basically
Picks up the phone in front of her.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We're in a romantic moment and you're going to pick up the phone from
and
your
defend
ex?
himself like,
No.
well, we have to keep her at bay, so I have to keep giving her money.
But doesn't want her to have a relationship with her ex.
Yes.
Right.
You know, there's a little bit
Another
of
double
standard.
standard.
Yeah,
type of
there's a little too much testosterone going
And
on.
When he was hiding out, he was staying with his ex. And
Yeah.
that's a big red flag. You already know what's going down if there's a sleepover and they've been together before. She's gonna get played. She's already getting played.
in order to tease later on's topic, because I really do want to just dive into that,
I know,
whether
right?
you should be friends with the ex, definitely a hot and heavy issue that we will go back to later.
Yes.
But just know that's coming up, and you guys will hear all of our opinions about whether you should stay friends with the ex, because, you know, I have my opinion
I
already.
can't wait for that topic. I cannot wait to talk about that, guys. What else does Keisha have anything else going
Well,
on?
Keisha just is trying to get the boutique purchased,
Right.
and in addition, the whole Malcolm and she kissed Sean. So in a sense, she
Wait,
cheated
can
on
I
her
say,
boyfriend.
That was such a spicy kiss.
That was
That
a
was-
nice
needs
kiss.
to be
Definitely a
spicy
kiss.
certified.
Sean is fine. I don't know what the hell
Yeah.
she's doing with Malcolm, because Malcolm is I'm sure he loves her a bunch, and yes, he's extremely wealthy. But the thing is he doesn't respect her.
Yeah.
Because if his resolution to the problem is always to just throw money at her,
Yeah.
whereas like I think Sean would be able to be more attentive in the relationship. He doesn't have the ex issue,
Mhm.
and he's not paying for anybody else's livelihood. I think those are really big issues that you can't
But
get over.
With Sean, she also has a history with him. He's cheated on her and now has a child. So there is some baggage with that relationship too.
I mean,
Oh,
dang, is that
yeah.
another topic we're gonna have to discuss?
I
Do
know,
all
right?
men cheat? Like, do all men cheat? I don't know, ladies.
I forgot about that. That's what
Yeah.
Sean's baggage
So
is.
yeah, so that is, but she kissed Sean back. So is that something that she should have told Malcolm? Do you think that she should explain
No,
to Malcolm what
because
happened?
she knew Malcolm was with his ex-wife. So.
Yeah, so she probably
So tit for
was just
tat.
like-
If he does it, then because she definitely said that.
And she went to jail for him. I mean, I give her credit. Go kiss your old boo. Have fun.
Quote,
Okay.
and I quote, I just want to know the rules so I can play by
The
them.
rule.
Yes. If we can hang out with our exes, maybe I should call Sean.
That was a good one.
I'm
that
just
was
saying.
a good one. More awesome, spicy
It's all about
quotes
communication.
are coming up soon. We're gonna talk about April too when we get back from our
Yeah,
commercial
let's
break.
go to commercial.
We're gonna talk
first.
about April, and we're gonna talk about our special topic. Should you cheat, or what is it?
No, should you?
No, not should you cheat.
Do
Should
not
you
cheat.
remain-
Should you stay friends with your
topic is,
exes?
yeah, should you stay friends with your ex
remind
while
We
you
know
have
where
a
her
new
head
boo?
is.
So if you have a new boo,
Should you
should
cheat with
stay-
Antonio?
Should you stay friends with your ex? It's kind of hard, you know. The boos get jealous.
Yeah, coming up.
Hey there, good buddies. The handle's Woolly Bear. I'm a truck driving man, but I'm not that old school kind of truck driving man, no. I like to listen to podcasts while I'm driving through these great United States of ours. And my favorite podcasts in the world are from AFTERBUZZ TV. And why? Because AFTERBUZZ TV is like a post-game wrap-up show for all your favorite TV shows. Like Jersey Shore, Dancing with the Stars, Mad Men, and a whole truckload more. I like listening to my Gossip Girl podcast, catching up with all my fellow fans and getting all the latest news and gossip. No, I got some strong opinions. And AFTERBUZZ TV lets me share those opinions with thousands of other listeners. Woo-wee, what a feeling. I used to doze off on those lonely stretches of road. And don't worry, I got the cruise control. But now I'm wide awake and listening to all the AFTERBUZZ TV goodness. Check them out, give them a holler, and tell them the old Woolly Bear sent you.
Okay,
Love
Woolly Bear.
it.
So was
Now,
that-
we were just talking over the break about exes back in our lives. Oh,
Yeah.
boos.
Whoa.
To be or not to be friends with the ex?
That is
the
the
question.
That's the question. Let's talk quickly about April.
April. Let's dive into April first.
Yeah. Okay.
To date or not to date your gynecologist?
So this was my favorite storyline
Yeah,
of
mine
the
too.
episode
I
because
felt very excited.
yeah, like I feel like they took a risk with this. I mean,
Yeah.
she meets a guy at the rolling rink, the roller skating
yeah.
rink, and then she they hit it off or whatever.
She went to go get a pap
She
smear.
went to go get a pap
not really paying
smear.
attention, you know. It's every
Reading
6
her
months,
magazine,
9
Reading her
months.
magazine.
She pulls her magazine, and there between her legs is the beautiful man that she met at the roller skating rink. Now, how awkward is that?
I feel like
You
they're
have
off to
this-
a great start.
I know, exactly.
She like clamped his head with her
between her
legs.
legs,
That
yes.
was hilarious. And then he tells her she has the best vagina he's ever seen or something like that. I don't know.
He's in love.
Wait, I believe the names that they used or she used was Honey Pot,
Honeybot, yeah.
Hush Puppy, Cookie, and Woo Ha.
I knew you would write that down.
Yes, I needed to know all
I like
of the
Honey
names.
Pot and Woo Ha.
All
I
of
like
the-
Honey
all of the
Pot.
names for the vajayjay and the
Yeah.
cuckoo.
The cuckoo.
And then, so we see this relationship start to unravel. She decides that they're going to link up. They have lunch together. They're going to get to know each other. They start dating. And he comes over randomly and decides that he's going to eat in.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to dine out. He said, honey, I know we have reservations, but I don't want to dine out today. I want to dine in. I was like, it's about to go down.
But, I mean, you can't, come on now. You can't reject that. Like, the gobble, there's no, you just can't.
Yeah.
Some people
You fall
can't.
petty. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And
Oh,
he's fine
goodness.
too. Like, you're cute and you want to get in between my legs. Like, okay. Like, dang. But at the same time, he kind of got a little obsessed with her.
He did.
hoo-ha.
What did he buy her?
Wait, no, first he was like, okay, there needs some changes to be made. And he
Oh,
came
yeah.
out with a shaver, basically saying, you
Get
need
that
to
off there.
get it all off for me to
And
really
he wanted her to
enjoy
shave it
this.
at that, not wax it. He wanted her to shave it.
Well,
I
I
would
mean-
say he's very controlling.
Yeah,
this is
very
the first time you're with
controlling.
a woman and you're already like, listen, sweetie, this needs to go.
Yeah.
Right. They're not together.
He
or
had a
anything.
serious fetish
He started changing her
obsession.
diet. She's
Oh,
like,
yeah, he
he's
did.
like,
He
you're
was
gonna be
telling
eating
me
pineapples,
strawberries.
strawberries, and kiwi.
That reminds me
which is a
so
spicy
much
tip.
of Christian Grey from that book.
Oh.
From the book. Oh my gosh, you guys have
Maybe
to
there's
read
a
it.
contract coming up or something.
Yeah,
Right,
I don't
exactly.
know. But like the controlling, yeah. Anyway,
But
I'm
that
so
is
into
true
book.
though. The fruit salad thing. If you guys at home are listening,
So yeah, is that true?
buy her lots of fruit salad because it is. Yeah, you are what you eat. So if you eat hot wings that day, guess what you're gonna taste like? If you have it, yeah, because it's vinegar. If you eat anything sweet, it's juices. So you're going to taste like what. And so drink lots of water too. That's another spicy tip. Drink a lot of water to purify yourself down there, and lots
Okay.
of fruits.
What about martinis?
Ooh, yeah. I
What
don't
about
know. You are what
are
you
the-
eat and drink.
Another thing that he had gotten for her, when he pulled it out, I thought it was, like a bullet or something
Yeah,
like that.
that's what I thought it was
And
too.
he's like, no, honey, this is so you could do Kegels. Now, I would be offended if some guy bought me
That
something to do
basically means
Yes,
That
you need to
But he
tighten
hasn't
up.
slept with her yet, though. They haven't slept together.
No.
Oh.
But remember when he examined her?
So you're saying that based off of his expertise, he's saying it's a little
It's a
loose. We
little
can make it a
loose.
little tighter.
That's what I would get from it.
I think he was trying to prepare her for when they finally get to the point where they're gonna do it. You
Yeah.
know, so he's kind of just
Well,
like, here
maybe.
you go. It's like a barbell for your vagina. He was just
He's
giving
a
her,
freaky doctor.
Yeah,
What
he
about
was-
when she showed her friends her vagina? Like when they, that was
I
so
thought
weird
that
to
was
me.
cute,
Haven't you
though.
guys all done that? You never showed
I've
your
never-
friends?
Lauren, don't act like you haven't seen mine.
I've seen yours, but I didn't want to.
I've gotten a Brazilian
It
wax
was nice.
before with a friend, and hey, it happens.
But that's
Females
like
can
not on
see-
purpose.
Yeah,
though.
but like, we walk
they
around naked.
all-
Like there's nothing wrong with that.
I just was a little like,
I think
I
that
don't
was,
know
like, their
if a
spicy
guy
moment.
told me that I'd be like, hey guys, guess what? Come check this out. Like,
I probably want to get somebody else's opinion. What do you guys
Right.
think?
I, do too. I would want to make sure he's not gassing me. I'd be like,
exactly.
no, like Lauren, like for real.
I
Can you
don't
move?
All right, we're gonna all go outside.
so anyway, guys. Okay, so speaking of that, actually has I can't even do a segue from that.
From
Like
April's vagina
to
to
GameFly. Like that's
Gamefly.
not gonna happen.
No.
If you, Gamefly probably has tons of ways to tighten your body, which will also tighten your hoo-ha. And
one.
go to Gamefly.
Like Fit Games, yeah.
Fit Games, exactly. There's Wii, there's Xbox, Connect, all of that, so that way you can rent as many games as you want. There's a free trial period, and if you love it, you can stick with Gamefly for how long?
Well, you get a 15-day trial. But you
15
have to
days,
go.
that's really
You
good.
have to go to gamefly.com/AfterBuzzTV.
In order to get that trial.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So if you go there, it's basically the Netflix of video games.
Nice.
So I mean, Gamefly is awesome, and yeah, you can get it right, get
If
it
you want
tight
a
if you're a
tightened
single
tone.
lady, and yeah, and then you can get it all
So
tight.
you guys got that? Check that out. Gamefly.
Gamefly.com/AfterBuzzTV. All right, so let's get into our special topic of the day.
Well, since we just happen to be talking about the do's and don'ts of love and sex and all that great stuff that us single ladies adore, especially Fallon, we're watching the show and we're like, damn, we need some.
Yes, that was the most action I've been getting is watching the show.
We're like getting hot and bothered.
Yes,
We're like, goodness.
I want to be in a barn with
Right.
Janet Jackson playing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. If you guys told me that a guy did that for you, I'm sorry. I would be like, what? But, okay, I see how you guys thought the barn was romantic, though, when you
I liked it.
put it in
I liked
perspective.
it too.
But
Aw, Hannah.
to our crazy, amazing topic, what we were trying to figure out during the show was, gosh, so Keisha is trying to stay friends with the lawyer who's her ex, and Malcolm is friends with his ex-wife as well. Should you stay in a friendship with your ex-lover now that you have a new spouse or partner?
You know, I would say it's a fine line because, say you just broke up with an ex and you were with him for many years and you find somebody new. Sometimes it's hard to be friends with the ex because you still have feelings for him. Every time he calls, every time you see him, you're opening up those feelings again. And of course, that's going to be bothering or somehow affect your new relationship. Now, I'm friends with my first ex-boyfriend. I was like 16 years old to 21, 22, and we're cool and I can be in a relationship. He could be in a relationship and it doesn't bother because so much time has passed. Now, if it was a recent ex, there might be some problems. What do you guys think?
Well, I think it's security and trust versus putting yourself in compromising positions versus respect.
Yeah.
So I think it's like all of those elements because you can always use the argument, well, if you trust me, then you'll allow me to stay friends. Because I'm sure you can find genuine friendships in your ex relationships.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you hanging around somebody who you slept with, it's inevitable that you are going to make jokes about when you used to be in the bedroom, when they used to lick you or touch you or make you giggle, or that stuff is gonna come up, and that's a lightweight it's disrespectful in a way.
Well, I mean, I'm a little different.
Lauren loves everybody. She's friends with all her
I
exes.
know.
It's really weird.
But they all still love you.
It's just an interesting situation that I've been in with all my exes, that we can all, for the most part, we're all friends. I mean, you had a party and I invited my exes, not even and then I came with a guy that I was dating, and I had no idea. I didn't even think anything of it until one of my exes was like, "This is interesting, Lauren," and I'm like, "I know." He's like, "Yeah, so you got like three guys here."
It can make the partners very uncomfortable. The ex-partners very uncomfortable.
But you know what? I feel like for the most part, we all are really good friends, and we all have a mutual respect and love for each other. We all want to see each other happy. And I'm saying it like I have 50 ex-boyfriends, but
but at the end of the day, that's the most important part.
It is, and I've never really even had an issue, maybe one or two, where they're like, you can't be friends with your ex. I mean, they've met. Like my recent ex met two of my exes at your barbecue, and he's like,
I just feel like there's such a fine line, because
There
they
is a
want to
fine
see you
line.
happy, but really, if they have that chance, they will sneak in there.
Oh, the ex?
oh, the
Yes,
ex.
they
yes.
will
Of
so
course.
quickly
Well,
sneak
any
in
man
there.
you hang out with
True.
wants to sleep
Yeah,
with you.
that's
Come
true.
on now.
I mean,
Single
any
ladies,
man.
that's inevitable.
Yeah, but I feel like I hope that I'm not making a bad decision. I don't think I would want to bring them around each other again, but some of them, like one of my ex actually made a good point. He said, that what we went through, no one else can ever experience that together. We moved away together for the first time ever in our lives. Like we did a lot of things together, so no one can experience that. And I look at him as a family member now. I don't even look at him as, we don't joke about like, remember when we had,
I was gonna
whatever.
Isn't that intimacy though that you guys share a threat to your current?
I guess maybe I just haven't been to the point where I've had to make that decision. So I don't really know what would happen if that came
And
up.
you shouldn't have to. The current person that you're seeing should never give you an ultimatum. If you want to stay friends with your ex, by all
And I
means,
feel like
stay.
maybe when I meet that right person, I won't even want to be around my exes like that, but I still love them and care for them.
Right, because there's a certain
But-
level of respect that you'll still show to
Exactly,
your current
exactly.
person.
You know, I found that when I was watching the show, Keisha and Sean, to me it was almost like an awkward, weird moment how she was finding comfort in her
Yeah.
ex-boyfriend.
Oh, yeah.
And I think
don't
we've
we
all
all?
exactly, we've all been through
Because
that. When
you
you
know the
are
ex is a
genuine
backup
friends.
plan. They'll always take you back. Once you've been
Exactly.
here,
Really,
you
they
always come
do?
back.
Maybe I need to stop being friends with them and try.
I'm
No,
just
kidding.
saying.
I'm kidding.
It doesn't count as a number. If you
It
go back
doesn't
to
count.
So you listeners out there on iTunes, please chime in and let us know. Do you think you could be friends with an ex
Yes.
while you have a new boo?
I wish we had callers. I don't think we have any, but
I'd love
we
to hear
should
your
have the
opinion.
number.
Or tweet at us.
256-1729.
Yeah.
If you guys want to call in, give us your comments.
Next time, maybe.
If you think we're talking crazy and we don't know anything that we're talking about, call us right now and let us know that. Or if you agree with us, call us right now and let us know that. 424-256-1729. And let us know whether you're single, in a relationship, if we're crazy or not.
All right, guys. And so let's quickly, while we're waiting and hoping that someone calls, do we have any news and gossip today? Anything?
Ooh.
Do we have anything before we go to
No,
it?
not for myself. Do you have any?
Well, I would like to say, we all have our own little ways. We have Lauren's Love, we have Spicy Mighty Tips, and mine is Motivational Mercedes.
Which big ups to the motivation.
Yes.
Yes.
While watching the show, I found a really motivational tip from Raquel,
Oh.
and she had said to her mom after she got caught in the stall getting down and
Oh my
dirty,
God, smelling like pigs.
she said, after her mom confronted her and, was kind of putting her down, she was like, listen, I'm going to clean house and I'm getting rid of anything that gets in the way of my passion. And I think that's another reason why Raquel really grew on me this episode was she's all about her passion and motivating herself to find her way and do what she loves and not having to depend on a man for anything. So to me, that was very
Unless
motivational.
it's getting her freak on.
Exactly.
That- isn't that the way every
Exactly.
single lady should be?
Hey, if that's your passion and that's what you want, it's all about your love.
So you're going to hate me for my spicy quote,
Oh,
but
man.
Keisha brought the spice. You got filled up. You could have at least got a good meal out of it.
I
just
believe that,
saying.
yes. And she was speaking of
Oh, she was talking about April. April got felt up by her gynecologist,
Gynecologist.
and she was trying to decide whether she should go to
on a date
dinner
with
with
him.
him or not.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
I mean, look what it led to. She got ate up too. Felt up and ate up.
Whoa. So mine is a little less spicy. Actually, the quote that really stuck out was one of the final quotes of the episode.
Yeah,
I
that
think we
was
should
a
do a
good
cheers
one.
to it actually,
Yes.
because
That
it's
was a
so
good
it's like
one.
a cheers type
Are we
of
pouring
thing.
some out for the lost
For the last, so we're gonna
single
do.
ladies?
She said, taking risks and being in charge of our own destiny.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
toast to
love that. So
Toast
cheers
to
to that.
Cheers to you,
And
listeners.
cheers to you listeners out there. And let's quickly do some predictions, guys.
Ooh, I was waiting for the music.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I predict that Raquel will be getting down and dirty, not just with the barn guy, but many more other guys. I think Keisha is definitely going to open that door with Sean again. And I do believe Malik will still be there.
Malcolm.
Malcolm, Malik.
Yeah. Is that your ex's
No.
name?
I know. Who are you thinking about right now?
I'm sorry. And then for, what's her name?
April,
April.
Raquel,
Oh, yeah,
and Keisha?
April and the gynecologist. We'll see him around, but I'm sorry. I think he's getting obsessed with her.
But she broke up with him in a way, right?
Kind of, sort of, but it didn't. I think we will the next episode. He'll still be there, but then she's going to throw him to the curb.
One thing, your prediction about us seeing Antonio again.
Oh, yeah.
Antonio.
Antonio.
Because you said
Romantico.
Raquel's relationship is going to flourish a little bit,
Yeah.
right? I do appreciate that she doesn't care what he does for a living.
Yeah.
I did
Yes.
appreciate that
Yeah.
because Keisha's, she wouldn't have stood for that. Like, if you were unemployed or you were working in a barn, absolutely not. She wouldn't date him. But Raquel is kind of.
But they made sure to show that he was intelligent because she
Right,
was like,
'cause she brought up
are you
the
schooling and
commercial
agricultural.
agricultural school that
I
he
like
went
that.
to. I was like, we see what you're doing.
Yeah.
but I just appreciated that on that note.
Yeah.
But my prediction is that we're going to see a lot more of Peanut on the show. I
Little
think Peanut was a hit.
Peanut.
The little
Oh,
doggy.
the doggy.
He was
I love
perfection.
Omar, and
yeah.
I love
Oh, yeah.
Peanut.
Omar
Omar
gets
is
engaged next
gorgeous.
episode.
And I just want to say, it is so hard for me to see gorgeous.
It's like
just
a waste
amazing
of a man,
gay
but I
men,
love my
and
gay
we
men.
can't do anything.
I'm happy for him.
It's like,
I'm happy for him too.
No matter how many times you bend over, they'll never want you.
No, they do. Remember, he even told Raquel, like, you're making me think
Oh,
about being
yeah,
But
that's
that's
right.
the one thing when a gay man compliments you, like really compliments you,
Yeah.
it feels so good. It's
It
like
does.
they
Oh, 'cause
really
you know they're
think I'm-
critical.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think that. Well, I just hope that William Antonio stays around, but I have a feeling they kind of, they do like 3 episodes per man sometimes with this show. But I do hope Raquel experiments with a woman. I don't know why that's so unlike me as Lauren's love, but I love, everyone needs love, right? But I think that Raquel's going to have something crazy happen to her. I don't know, but it's going to change her.
So you guys
So-
really like Raquel?
I mean, I do. I love Raquel.
I mean, I'm happy that you guys are embracing her character.
She's probably
Because the
my
haters like me
favorite.
aren't yet.
Yeah.
She's great to look at, but I don't quite love
I
her
really
yet.
do see a little bit of myself in Raquel. I mean, not
Aw.
all of it. Not.
That's so
I mean, I
tender.
wish I was like some rich, spoiled brat, but not that part. But
I like what they're doing with April's character. They're making her the one person that isn't like thirsty for a man
yeah,
or desperate. She's
I
like
that. She's
this
kind of
one's
like.
not for me. I'm gonna keep the party going.
I love how
This
she
one's
did
not
that.
For me.
She reminded me of a situation I just went through this weekend, where you just have to let it go.
Oh right, you were with like a fine
Oh,
little
my
tenderoni.
goodness. Pisces certified.
You were-
I need to hear this story.
Okay. Anyway, we'll talk about that off camera. So, anything else you guys want to talk about? Where can we find you?
I'm on Instagram. I love my Twitter, but Instagram is winning me over. Again, both are Miss Mercedes MIS, MERCDES.
And you can play with my Twitter any day or night at spicy, SPICY_MARI.
And you can find me on Twitter, Lawrence Love. Love is spelled L-U-V. And
Let's cheers to being
let's-
single.
cheers to
All
being
my single ladies.
Bye, guys. See you next week.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.